All right, we're gonna go. Come on.
Good boy, come on. Somebody needs to run.
All right, come on. Daddy's gotta go. Getting ready to take off. Engines have been fired. Jasper has been walked. John did a nice job with our lines. Southbound.
We loved our stop in Hampstead, North Carolina. It was a beautiful place to stay here at Harbor Village Marina, and now we are heading out bound for Southport. I've lost track of what day it is.
We are off the docks at 7:20, everybody. Still on Lockwoods Folly. Judy Dreamer. Freedom and Whiskey. Blue Heaven. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.
Just a few miles after leaving the marina, we passed mile marker 270, and that puts us almost halfway to our first long stop of this southbound adventure, which will be in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Hampstead to today's stop of Southport in North Carolina is an easy 39 statute miles, and that will make it one of our shortest days traveling the ICW. It was a beautiful day. We had sunshine and light winds and perfectly calm waters. So we're just idling up for a bridge that's 2 miles away. What do you do when you're killing that time? You check your radio. Radio check. Good morning. Hello. Oh, no. Radio check. Good morning. Hello. Radio check. I guess it only gives you a couple and then it resets. We'll have to try it again.
Shall I stop rolling?
No, you shall. So just after you pass through the Wrightsville Beach Bridge as you're heading south, you come upon Wrightsville Beach Marina. Now, this is where we kept our last boat, the Soggy Dog 4, for the very last winter we owned her. And we were pretty sure her new owner kept it here, so we were on the lookout. And sure enough, there it was, the former Soggy Dog 4. We really love this boat for how we use it, but I gotta tell you, cruising aboard OLOH is a whole different world of boating. Continued to have a terrific day on the water, even through some of the spots on this leg that can be a bit tricky. But it was high tide, and our chart plotter was loaded up with what we knew was a good track to reference from ICW guru Bob 423. Thank you, Bob. So we got through without incident, although every now and then a non-courteous captain would come up on our tail without so much as a hail on the radio. But, you know, as soon as they saw Jasper, they usually slowed down, at least somewhat. We were a little sad on this trip, particularly Jasper, as we knew one of our crew members would be heading home after we arrived in Southport. We do love Southport Marina. Easy in, easy out. It's right off the ICW, and there's a great little funky town that's within walking distance. And Jasper in particular loves this place. Once we were docked, he immediately dragged us to the marina office so he could see his friend Abby, who maybe had a little something for him.
You shake? Good boy. Easy.
Thank you, Abby.
Yeah, of course.
He pulled a U. He disappeared right when we thought he was...
I understand that.
I know you do.
Grandpa Bernie would have been thrilled to cruise along the ICW with AJ, Tim, Jasper, and me. Absolutely thrilled. He would have thoroughly enjoyed and appreciated the hospitality that infuses every OLOH moment. the excellence that marks the roles played by the captain and the admiral, the special love that Jasper would have shown to his great-grandpa, and the warmth and love that flows so comfortably from Ola's bow to stern, starboard to port. And if Nanny felt differently about balance in boats, she would have been right along as well. Since Grandpa Bernie's with me wherever I go, Grandpa Bernie was here. Thanks so much for a wonderful time together. Cheers and love, Dad, Pop, and Grandpa. There you go.
That was beautiful.
Make me cry. That's fine.
There you go.
That's fine.
There you go.
So while it was certainly sad to send Dad on his way back home, we loved the time we had with him on board as crew, and we offer this quick look back at some of those good times we shared. We have a special crew member on board. Wave, special crew member. The captain's dad. That's my dad.
Hello there.
Sucking in some exhaust.
So, with travel day 12 officially in the books, there wasn't anything left to do except enjoy the sights and sounds of a beautiful Southport sunset. Oh, and if you think a wake from this little boat that far away can't cause trouble at a marina, well, this is what happened next.
Oh, good morning. Travel day 13 about to get underway. Not too big a run today, but we have to beat some weather, so we're off the dock before 7 a.m. and heading for North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're going to cross the state line in just a few hours. Beautiful morning, though. Beautiful.
We were happy to be protected on the Intracoastal Waterway where the weather and conditions were just perfect, even though we knew the ocean was kicking up some big wave action. That's why we stayed on the inside. Now, the trip between Southport and Myrtle Beach is one of those instances when you're traveling the East Coast where the distance offshore is greater than the distance on the ICW, but because so much of the inside trip on this stretch has to be made at slow and idle speeds, it typically takes less time and can certainly be a whole lot less stressful to do the trip on the ocean if the conditions are right. It's 51 statute miles if you're offshore and 44 miles on the inside. And another benefit of traveling offshore is avoiding the ever-changing problem area of Lockwood Folly.
So where are we getting ready to head into?
So Olo's about to head through Lockwood Folly. Lockwood Folly is one of the notorious shoal points of the ICW, but it's well marked. We've got our aqua maps here featuring the Army Corps of Engineers survey overlaid, so we actually know where the deeper water is, and we head for the deeper water. Just take it nice and slow, not anticipating an issue. It also happens to be maybe 45 minutes after high tide, so as long as we stay where we're supposed to stay, it's not going to be a problem.
Kathmandu.
Hey, we're the motor vessel astern. We're going to come around you nice and slow on your port side if that works for you, Captain.
Fine, thanks for calling. You have a nice day.
It's the winner right there.
So just south of the Little River Swing Bridge, you come upon the infamous South Carolina hazard to navigation known as the Rock Pile. This is a narrow 3-mile stretch of the ICW with rock ledges bordering the edges that seems to strike fear into many cruisers. It's an area that most certainly should be transited with care, but we have always found it to be a non-issue. We make a security call on the radio before entering, we watch our AIS and listen for other boat traffic very carefully, and we just take it easy.
Getting in right before the big blow.
Yeah. This is Barefoot Marina. Arrival ringing of the bell. This was 5.5 hours today from Southport, North Carolina to Myrtle Beach, but not that far a trip because it was just slow going. A lot of docks, reasons to go slow.
A lot of docks, a lot of rocks.
A lot of rocks. We went by the
Went
rock
through
pile.
the rock pile.
Anyway, cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
What do we have?
Cheers, everybody. No, cheers to whoever's watching.
Cheers
Not
to you.
everybody.
To you.
Cheers to you.
What do we eat?
We are
What
having.
are we
What are we
drinking?
eating? We are having our traditional OLOH guavarita.
OLOH Marina.
See you
Out there?
out there. Yeah. I was gonna try to be clever, but
That's all right.
I'm not clever yet. I haven't had a sip. I want to hit that off switch.
Well, the storm finally did arrive as promised, and there was only one thing left to do. The next day was certainly very sunny, but we had decided when we started this particular trip south that we would travel as much as possible on days that would be enjoyable to be on the water, not just tolerable. So with the wind blowing at least 15 knots, we decided to take a lay day in Myrtle Beach. Our next leg on the ICW is one of our favorites, and it includes a couple of rivers that can get pretty nasty in the wrong conditions, so it was an easy decision for us. Now, if you caught our earlier travel between Coinjock and Belhaven, North Carolina, you might remember the flotilla. Well, they were out on this windy day and easy to spot with our beautiful front row seat at Barefoot Landing.
Jasper doesn't like the sound of fuel transferring, so he's hanging outside, waiting until it's finished. Beautiful cold night. Myrtle Beach.